Hello, my name's Derek Pye. I'm the Fisheries Officer of the Ulland District Anglers Association, and today we're fishing Osprey Lake, which is on the Brough Complex, which is owned and controlled by Ulland District Anglers. Ulland District is a large traditional angling club. It's got a long history. It was originally founded in 1892. It was formed out of a lot of the pub match teams, etc., and wake sports teams in Hull, who gathered together and created Ulland District. It's a large traditional angling club with a current membership approaching 1,500 members, and its ethos is to offer the highest quality angling at the cheapest possible price to the anglers of Hull and East Yorkshire. We're very fortunate that throughout its history it's always had people involved in it who thought it was important enough to work hard and to keep it going. Since the 1970s we've had people of the calibre of Kevin Clifford and his generation who saw the necessity to modernise the association and to move away from renting venues and towards buying our own venues so that we had control long term over their management. He also had the foresight to stock carp when they were relatively unpopular, and that's why today Ulland District, along with many other different types of angling it provides, has got a really good reputation for high quality carp fishing, which in this day and age is what you need to really bring a reasonable income in from an angling association. Today Ulland District controls about 26 different venues, and they are, lakes, ponds, rivers, canals, you name it, we provide it, and that includes all types of fishing, not just carp but tench, good roach fishing, barbel. All the popular species are covered by Ulland District, and it's all at a really cheap rate. Our adult fees are just £40 for the year, and for that a person can fish every day of the year. For a veteran it's £26 a year, and we make a really cheap rate for children. Anybody under 17 gets to join the association for just £10 a year. I think one of the major things that happened was about 15 years ago. A new generation of anglers started getting involved with Ulland District. We'd all had the benefit, and I include myself in this, we'd had the benefit of the work and the stockings that people like Kevin had done, and them fish had grown to sort of substantial size, so we had the benefit of fishing for really good quality carp fishing locally. And people like myself got involved, and it provided me with excellent fishing on places like Tarlery, Motorway and at the Bransburton complex. For people like myself, because I'd had that benefit, I saw the necessity to also try and put something back into the association by giving my generation's view on things and trying to modernise the association, try to extend its committee so there was more voices and more input from the membership, and that's what we've been doing over the last 15 years or so. We've now got a really proactive committee of around 30 people, all volunteers, who meet every month to discuss the association's business, and also to sort of decide on its future direction, and also crucially to oversee its financial situation, to ensure that that the members' money is safe and used to invest in the maintenance and development of our venues, and also to extend our portfolio of waters. That's our main ethos now. Another thing what happened about 10 years ago was we all read a report in committee, I think it was from the Angling Trust or it might have been the Environment Agency, that said that the average age of an angler was 47 years old. And I think that was a wake-up call, or it should have been a wake-up call for all anglers, I think, and it was certainly a wake-up call for us when we realised that if we let that situation continue, within a few years the only people fishing would be people in or around retirement age. So we set our stall out then to really try and build a youth development programme. And it took us a few years to get up and running and to get the funding in place to do that, but now we currently are running a quite extensive youth coaching programme. We started off 3 years ago running one night a week, what we call after school angling sessions, basically welcoming anybody of any age, but particularly children, to come along and try angling. We provide all the equipment, the bait, and also the accredited qualified coaches. And it's just a chance for anyone who's ever had an interest in trying the sport to come along and get into fishing. Quickly we moved to 2 evenings a week by including this complex, so that we got people from a different area around the city, and that was usually successful. And over the first 2 years we had over 200 different kids try angling at our events. It soon became apparent that obviously the kids, once they've done a bit of float fishing, waggler fishing, etc., they want to try different aspects of the sport, and our sort of answer to that, to try and keep them interested, was set up what we call carp school. These are 24-hour sessions where the youngsters come along and get their first experience of probably camping out, but also staying out night fishing. It involves an element of sort of outside cooking, because we have a barbecue in the afternoon and we have a fried sausage and bacon sandwiches the following morning. But the kids basically get an idea of what it's like to be out on the bank fishing for a slightly bigger species. And we've got a perfect venue for that on the Brough complex, which is Grebe, which holds fish up between sort of 7 and 15 pound. And that's been purposely built with that idea in mind, so that all of the coaching is done from the central promontory on the fishery. And they're usually popular, and we run one the first year, 2 years ago, and we were inundated with applications, and we got sort of 17 kids at that first one. Last year we ran 4 monthly ones through the summer, and there was 55 different kids that had go at those carp schools. This year we're running at least the same number, and again, you know, we could fill them twice over. The kids absolutely love the carp fishing, and we see it as an extension and an ability, you know, a chance for them to try different aspects of the sport. To try and keep the kids interested in angling over the 12 months, as the weather gets colder, we run what we call Predator Academy days. We're very lucky in that we work in partnership with a lot of different groups, and one of the main ones is the Pike Anglers Club of Great Britain, whose local branches sort of send us really experienced pike anglers to fish alongside the kids through the winter. We tend to run them once a month, because some days can be a bit cold, etc. But that gives them an opportunity to try fishing for a different species, you know, ones with teeth, pike, etc., and a different sort of aspect in angling, to give them an idea that angling isn't just carp fishing or just match fishing or even just pike fishing. Angling is a broad church full of all different schools of angling, and if they can, they should try as many different types of angling as possible. They've been hugely successful as well, and we had really positive feedback from the kids, and we've had last year we had getting on for 50 or 60 kids attending them sessions. All in all, our sessions are now attracting well over 200 kids a year, different kids to try angling. This year we've actually extended it even further, and we're running for 3 nights a week at another venue in a different location to the east of Hull. And again, that's been hugely popular, and some days down there at the Willows Pond we've had 35 kids, all fishing, all getting enthused by the sport, and hopefully starting a lifelong journey of angling. And that's what we've got to do. We've got to get as many kids in at the young end to become members of Ullen District and anglers and custodians of places like where we are today, and to make sure that Ullen District survives for another 120 years. And that's what we see as our responsibility towards the association and angling.
First carp ever. It's my second biggest carp.